In this episode of Past Paradise, we learn how Hollywood's acclaimed actor Mark Harmon, famed for his pleasant on-screen demeanor, reportedly destroyed a rising star's life. We reveal the secret realities and newest discoveries that have startled admirers, from her promising beginnings to her devastating demise. Was it envy, manipulation, or bad luck? Join us as we uncover the complicated network of personal and professional betrayals, hear from those closest to the case, and learn how one man's actions impacted her life forever. Don't miss this captivating story of ambition, treachery, and fame's high price. Emily Wickersham as Ellie Bishop. Ellie Bishop, an NSA analyst played by Emily Wickersham, makes her debut in Season 11. She's described as a Oklahoman country girl whose supervisor refers to her as a reclusive data freak. She also has a sweet tooth and is often seen snacking at her desk, saying that the food always brings back memories. Wickersham endured the show for an astounding 8 seasons, but after the Season 18 finale, she decided to end her involvement with the program. Why Emily Wickersham left the show. Ellie Bishop was fired from the program after embarking on a covert lone undercover operation. Although Emily Wickersham's motivation for wanting to be written off is still unclear, judging by her character's survival, she parted ways amicably. Maybe after 8 years, she was exploring new acting roles since she thought the character was becoming boring. However, could she appear in later episodes because she departed and left the door open? Duane Henry as Clayton Reeves. Clayton Reeves, a British MI6 intelligence operator, was portrayed by Duane Henry. In Season 14, he reprised his role as the primary character after debuting in Season 13. He often made sporadic appearances with crucial information related to the ongoing investigation. Being a newcomer to Los Angeles, Henry had to couch surf when he initially began the position. However, his co-star, Paulie Perrette, volunteered to let him stay at one of her homes when she learned about this. Why Duane Henry left the show. In many ways, Duane Henry's exit from the program was the most sincere. After 2 seasons, his character is killed off while attempting to rescue Perrette's character, Abby. In an interview with TV Line, he said, "To be wrapping up with her was incredible, a dream come true for anyone." Showrunner Gary Glassberg, who developed the character, died while the program was still in production, leaving the actors, particularly Henry, uncertain about the character's future. Henry said, "I could see some panic on people's faces when he passed away." Miguel Ferrer as Owen Granger. On NCIS Los Angeles, Miguel Ferrer portrayed Assistant Director Owen Granger. He appeared in Episodes 3 and 4 as a recurrent character and in Episodes 5 through 8 as a major character. The show's creators then included Ferrer's illness when he received a real-life diagnosis of throat cancer. Granger eventually starts experiencing speech problems and his health deteriorates, which mirrors Ferrer's actual cancer-related health issues. Since Ferrer was well known for his voice, everything seemed to be a bizarre twist of destiny. Why Miguel Ferrer left the show. Sadly, Miguel Ferrer died in 2017, but the program will carry on his memory. He was well known for his commitment to acting and for playing the part of Owen Granger until his death. Executive producer of the program said that working was the most important thing to Ferrer. He continued to work constantly, even when he didn't want to, because he loved his craft. Lucas Black as Christopher LaSalle. Senior Special Agent Christopher LaSalle, played by Lucas Black, rose to prominence as one of the main characters of the spin-off NCIS New Orleans, appearing in over 140 episodes. Fans were naturally startled to find out that the magna cum laude winner and former University of Alabama mascot would be murdered in Season 6, since the character swiftly gained popularity. Why Lucas Black left the show. The NCIS Twitter page included an official video message from Black. "This show has been so good to me over the years, exceeding my expectations and goals. But I have to give up a lot of my priorities to be able to do this work, so it's not easy for me." Although that was Black's official announcement, some reports speculated that he could have wished to quit to concentrate more on his parts in the Fast and Furious trilogy. but it's time for me to focus on those things. Jennifer Esposito as Alex Quinn. In Season 14, Jennifer Esposito only appeared in 24 episodes as Alex Quinn. We're ecstatic to have Jennifer Esposito join us for Season 14, executive producer Gary Glassberg of NCIS remarked. She embodies everything that we've hoped for in Quinn's character, and we can't wait for her to become a part of our team. Then, in a 2017 season finale that shocked viewers considerably, she was cast off the program. Why Jennifer Esposito left the show. Rumors were going around that Esposito had quit NCIS due to health issues after a celiac disease diagnosis. Her role in Blue Bloods was canceled after 46 episodes because the network said she could only work a limited part-time schedule. Supporters conjectured that Esposito's departure was because of her health, but she later informed Dr. Drew that she left because the network required her to work more hours than specified in her contract. So, who's telling the truth? Muse Watson as Mike Franks. Muse Watson portrayed Special Agent Mike Franks, the former partner and mentor of Agent Gibbs, Mark Harmon, in a recurrent guest appearance that began in 2006. Although the creators loved the character, Franks was tragically murdered off the show during Season 8, having just made his flashback debut in the episode Hiatus Part 1. In light of this, why did they choose to fire him at that particular time? Was there any turmoil going on behind the scenes? Why Muse Watson left the show. Nope, it seems that Muse Watson ended their tenure on the program on the nicest possible terms. It was a tough choice, according to Gary Glassberg, to fire Mike Franks. We adore Muse Watson, the character, and their bond is incredibly special and uncommon, Glassberg stated. Put another way, the character's demise was just used for shock effect in the show. Watson's exit was so kind, in fact, that he's subsequently appeared in episodes as an angel and in flashbacks. Pancho Demmings as Gerald Jackson. Gerald Jackson, played by Pancho Demmings, appeared in only 15 episodes of the NCIS series during his brief tenure. Jackson is abducted in the third season opener. However, he returns to the next episode, telling his coworkers what transpired. However intriguing that storyline may be, the show's creators chose not to explore it beyond the two-part debut. One of the main mysteries for NCIS fans is Jackson's abandoned plotline. This is what took place. Why Pancho Demmings left the show. Gerald Jackson's exit from the program seemed to confuse Demmings just as much as it did viewers. He said the character was placed on hiatus after his brief appearance in Season 1. But Demmings has been a good sport about the entire situation. Even with his sudden departure, he told Showbiz Cheat Sheet, "I think they were looking at extending my storyline at first." While the actor voiced his disappointment at leaving the program, he acknowledged that sometimes it's simply part of the industry, saying, "I guess they ended up choosing to go in another direction." There are times when that's just how different storylines on the show you're in develop, he said. Maria Bello as Jacqueline Sloane. Maria Bello portrayed Dr. Jacqueline Jack Sloane, an operational psychologist and senior special agent with a doctorate in psychology. The character was a prisoner of war during her earlier service in Afghanistan. Although her time as a prisoner hurt her mental health, it also allowed her to meet others who had experienced comparable things. It was revealed that Dr. Sloane will be returning to Afghanistan halfway through Season 18. Why Maria Bello left the show. Although Maria Bello hasn't disclosed many details about her reasons for leaving NCIS, she only signed on for 3 seasons and never planned to stay in the program for long. Although her departure was undoubtedly disappointing for NCIS viewers, she did seem to benefit from the situation since she has many new endeavors, including writing and producing a film called The Woman King. A family affair. On the NCIS set, there were several family connections. The late Donald P. Belisario, the show's creator, was the stepfather of Sean Murray, who plays Agent Timothy McKee. Moreover, Sean Harmon, the real-life son of series star and Gibbs actor Mark Harmon, plays the part whenever we see a flashback to a younger Gibbs. Art imitates life. Agent Tony Dinazzo, played for over a decade by actor Michael Weatherly, was known for many things, including his claim that his father had disinherited him because he wanted to become a law enforcement officer. In real life, Weatherly hails from a wealthy family, and his father withholds his inheritance since his son chose to pursue acting as a vocation. Full circle. Scott Bakula was a candidate for the character of Gibbs when the series was first being cast, according to Donald P. Belisario. Early in the 1990s, Bakula, who was then better known for Star Trek Enterprise, starred in Belisario's Quantum Leap. Harmon eventually landed the part, although Bakula would return to the NCIS universe more than 10 years later when he was chosen for the main role in the spin-off series NCIS New Orleans. Fourth wall breaking jokes. Michael Weatherly was engaged to Jessica Alba, his co-star from his pre-NCIS series Dark Angel. At the time, DiNazzo jokes in an early episode of the show, "I've got a better chance of hooking up with Jessica Alba than these guys do of infiltrating Sealift." Not long thereafter, Alba said in the media, "I don't know why I got engaged. I'd never been married. I was 12 years old. He was not. I believed he had more knowledge. My folks weren't content. They practice a strong religion. They think that if the Bible didn't include what they're meant to believe, God wouldn't have allowed it to be written. I've changed entirely." Gibbs shirts. Seasoned watchers of the show will note that Jethro Gibbs often appears in scenes when he's working on his yacht, typically wearing shirts with the emblems of different local police enforcement departments or military services. Mark Harmon claims that the aforementioned branches and agencies sent him these shirts. Additionally, Gibbs sometimes seems to be sporting a shirt with the acronym NIS, which stands for Naval Investigative Service, the organization that preceded the actual NCIS. Lock and key. Because of many of the sequences that Abby and Gibbs had there prior to Paulie Perrette's departure from the show, Abby's lab is maybe the most well-known single set in the whole history of NCIS. The stuffed Bert the Farting Hippo was one of the most identifiable props on the set. In fact, Perrette said that it was so well-liked that it had to be placed under lock and key throughout the shooting of the credits because so many extras and production workers had attempted to take it. Reworking scripts. Sasha Alexander departed the show somewhat suddenly between the second and third seasons, as we've noted. This resulted in some last-minute rewriting of several narratives and screenplays. In particular, the plots of the episodes Undercovers and Boxed In, which were originally intended to concentrate on the development of the DiNazzo and Kate characters' relationship, were changed to instead center on the then-developing DiNazzo and Ziva connection. Saint Elsewhere. Gibbs begs DiNazzo for assistance with a crossword puzzle at one point in Season 4 episode Blowback, especially requesting television shows with 8 letters in the title. Gibbs chuckles at DiNazzo's response, Saint Elsewhere, as it contains more than 8 characters. But in addition to disparaging DiNazzo's IQ, the statement also makes reference to Mark Harmon's 1980s Saint Elsewhere role. What was Calf Pow? Throughout her tenure on the show, Abby gained notoriety for using the fictitious energy drink Calf Pow that exists in the same realm. Audience members had been wondering what Calf Pow was for years. In the first seasons of the show, Abby was consuming Hawaiian Punch. The beverage was really changed to unsweetened cranberry juice in subsequent years, once Paulie Perrette had given up processed sugar. Backdoor Pilot. NCIS began as a backdoor pilot that was part of JAG's 8th season. A backdoor pilot is an episode or episodes of another series that act as a springboard for a future spin-off. A few aspects of this backdoor pilot were removed from these backdoor pilot episodes before NCIS went on series, including Ducky talking to corpses and Robin Lively characters Viv Blackadder. Additionally, Sasha Alexander was absent from them. She joined for the actual series. What might have been? Regarding the casting of Sasha Alexander's character, Caitlin Todd, there's been a long-running rumor. Jennifer Aniston allegedly expressed interest in the job, but at the time she was focused on the next Friends season. It's reported that Aniston informed producers that she would rejoin Friends after the show concluded if they could postpone it for a year. This obviously never took place. Records. NCIS debuted its 21st season in 2023, marking a number of milestones for the television series. Only Law & Order SVU and the first Law & Order are longer-lasting scripted, non-animated primetime TV shows in the United States. It's presently in its third season. As of right now, it's the 7th longest-running scripted primetime TV show in American history. The Final Frontier. Many former Star Trek series cast members have made appearances on NCIS throughout the years. In addition to Scott Bakula's previously noted presence on NCIS New Orleans, Connor Trinneer, John Billingsley, Denise Crosby, Jane Brooke, Robert Picardo, Jerry Ryan, Tim Russ, Renee Auberjonois, and Marina Sirtis are a few of them. Conversely, Michael Weatherly made an appearance on Star Trek Deep Space Nine, which aired years before the first episode of NCIS. Gibbs' farewell. The episode Great Wide Open, which concluded a plot that had started the previous season, featured Mark Harmon's grandiose departure from NCIS after more than 18 seasons and more than 400 episodes. Gibbs had retired to Alaska, but there's a possibility we may see Gibbs again, maybe toward the conclusion of the series, as the character was still alive and Harmon continues to have producer credit on the show. Farewell, Ducky. For 20 seasons, David McCallum played the adored Dr. Donald Ducky Mallard on NCIS. He had starred in all 14 of the show's episodes before making only sporadic appearances in the next 6 seasons. Sadly, McCallum, who was 90 years old, died in September 2023. David was a talented performer and writer who was adored by people all throughout the globe. According to a statement from CBS, he had a remarkable life, and his family and the many hours he spent on cinema and television will always carry on his legacy. NCIS's Iron Man. Agent Tim McGee is now the longest-running character on the show because Gibbs and Ducky are no longer there. Sean Murray's character McGee has made appearances in 442 episodes during the course of the show's 23 seasons. For comparison, the two players with the most appearances, Harmon and McCallum, appeared in 418 and 372 episodes, respectively. Not bad for a character that the other players on the squad had long since written off as a probie. Last 2000s standing. NCIS is the only live-action television program that debuted in the 2000s and is still airing as of September 2023. Both the original Law & Order and the previously mentioned Law & Order SVU have been active for longer than NCIS, although their debuts occurred before the 2000s. The first SVU premiered in 1990, but it was put on hiatus from 2010 until 2021. SVU launched in 1999. Spin-off history. Among its many unique qualities, one of the most intriguing is that NCIS is one of the few spin-offs in television history to outlive the original program from which it sprang. Given that JAG only lasted for 10 seasons, NCIS has more than doubled in duration. Both the original run of Frasier and its spin-off Cheers lasted 11 seasons. Thus, if the impending Frasier relaunch is counted as the 12th season of that show, it will join NCIS in this category. Ducky from Uncle. What did Ducky look like as a child? Kate asked Gibbs in one of the first episodes of the show. Ilya Kuryakin, Gibbs glibly replies. Viewers of vintage television recognize David McCallum's portrayal of Ilya Kuryakin from the iconic espionage series The Man from U.N.C.L.E. in the 1960s. Notably, the character was depicted as Russian, even though the show aired at the height of the Cold War between the USSR and the US. Gibbs Tools. Gibbs' workshop and garage is one of the numerous personal touches included into the NCIS. The tools that were utilized by the character to work on his yacht and that graced the wall were genuine items from Mark Harmon's workshop. Harmon enjoyed doing handy restorations, much as Gibbs did. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon,